What's going on, guys? My name is Renixiel.
It's your boy Robino, man.
Today we're going to do a movie review for The Prodigy.
Miles isn't wired like other kids.
His intelligence is off the charts. I don't have an exact score, but it'll be very high.
He's special.
Oh my God. He's so different now. I feel like I don't know him.
Now, this movie was, after watching a bunch of the trailers and all that stuff, I was kind of excited about it. It looked like a unique take on a horror movie. Super genius child is apparently developed psychopathy or something, where he starts getting violent. But overall, the movie was just blah. It was just there.
Very typical scary horror. What was it even horror?
It was horror. It was horror. There was the violent elements and some a lot of suspense.
But yeah, man. I mean, I felt the same way. I mean, with me, is either I'm gonna like the scary movie or not. You know, he loves going to scary movies. I've seen a couple good ones. This was actually, to me personally, pretty decent, pretty good. I didn't really have a problem with it. Maybe I think the thing was for me was when I was watching it, like the first half of the movie. You know, I mean, it's very typical. He's out there killing and all that stuff. It was getting kind of boring at first. But then when you found out why he was doing what he was doing, then it was kind of more interesting. And I was like, oh, okay. And I got more excited and stuff like that. And I really wanted to know more about why he was doing it. But, you know.
This movie, and I hope this might be a dead giveaway of what's going on in the movie, if it's not already obvious from watching the first 5 minutes of the movie. Because quite obvious what happened and all that. Yeah. But this movie reminds me a lot of a movie called The Orphan from 2009.
I agree.
So a little girl, we think, was adopted and all that stuff, and she's a child, or she looks like a child. And the parents are getting issues, a bunch of bad things are happening around the house, and it comes out to... And as it turns out... I have to hold my mic down. Good Lord. And as it turns out, she's actually an older woman, like 30, 40 or something like that. She has a disease that keeps her looking out. Her body doesn't age or doesn't evolve or change past, I think, 9, 10 years old, however old she is in the movie. Yeah. But she's actually an old woman and all that stuff. Or, not old, but an actual full-grown woman. Mm-hmm. So the part where she's trying to sleep with her adopted father or foster father, whatever, is kind of creepy until you realize... She's body of a child, but it's actually a full-grown woman, so it's not okay, but it's a bunch of weird elements going on in that movie, which is very similar to this one in the fact that the lying and deception and trying to trick the parents and other adults that he is a kid, when in fact he has more sinister issues and more other things going on in his mind, and he's more than just a child.
Right.
I don't want to give too much really about this, because if we say much about this movie overall, other than like the story wise, anyway.
Well, the movie's been out for a minute, hasn't it? Or it just came out?
A week or 2 weeks, I think, since we last recorded. We were kind of late on this review.
Yeah.
But
do spoilers, I guess. Well,
okay, why not? Yeah. The movie involves him. If you believe in reincarnation, I almost call it resurrection. If you don't believe in reincarnations, where you die, you come back. If you have unfinished business, you come back in another body and form. But in this alternate take on reincarnation, the spirits inhabit already existing bodies that are born the same time they die. Type thing.
Yeah, it's pretty much like how can I explain it? Okay, so pretty much it's like if you die but not finishing what you started.
Have super strong. It's not how the philosophical goes. They have unfinished business. They're gonna
there you go. Like the whole business thing is like, dang, I didn't finish doing this, so I gotta stay on Earth until I.
Well, it's not something simple like finishing a house, but some more emotional baggage or something. They have a reason they have to remain other than I have to build a house. I didn't invest properly. I can't leave yet. Stuff like that. But a spirit or a person reincarnated into a child of a body to say goodbye to their mother or whatnot. Because they never got a chance to do that, or something along those lines. So the child goes up and says goodbye to the mom, who's actually the body of a child, but it's actually an adult saying goodbye to his mother and all that stuff. Then once it happens, the spirit fades away and the kid's normal again. There's an example they used in the movie of what this was going on. This is a little more sinister, of course. He's actually a killer.
Yeah.
He's reincarnated with a mind of a killer inside of him and all that stuff, which slowly manifests. And you eventually start seeing the two different personalities developing throughout the entire movie. When he's serious, his eyes are deadpan. He's just staring straight ahead. When he's a kid, he starts getting scared, his eyes are wide and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
This is why I feel like it's like Chucky in a way too. It's kind of has a little bit of Chucky in it with a little bit of your orphan.
I always have Chucky in it.
Because remember in Chucky he gets possessed. The boy, he's trying to possess the boy too. If you think about it, I mean,
Okay.
of course, he's possessing a doll, but he only does it because that's the first thing he sees. If he was like a little boy, I'm pretty sure he would have did it.
Or anyone else.
Yeah, or anybody. But I'm pretty sure a younger person would be.
He had to go into the doll because he was shot, he was dying, he was on the
Right.
run. So he had to transfer his soul before getting captured or shot
Yeah.
because he broke into a store or whatever on his way out. I think it's Charles Ray or something. Anyway.
Yeah.
But overall, what do you think of the story in this movie? Overall?
I mean, very average, decent story. I mean, of course, just like I said, I mean, throughout the movie, it got kind of boring because you're not really knowing what's really going on. But once you find out why,
it's
then
easy
like,
to tell
okay,
because I figured out in the first little bit of the movie because in the beginning they show a guy dying,
Right.
holding a hand and all that stuff because the killer likes taking the person's right hand or one of the hands or whatever. He has heterochromia, which is two different colored eyes, or
Right.
one eye's like blue, one's brown, for example. And the kid is born with it because it shows the guy getting shot. He's dead on the ground, dying, and all that stuff. All of a sudden, pan over, you see a kid in the same position being born, and he has heterochromia too.
Yeah, and
So
then
it's like,
and then also there's like blood in the same exact spots he got shot in.
Was there blood?
Yeah, there was blood. Like there was blood on the
I
baby
see
too.
that.
Yeah, because he gets shot. The baby's born. Now in my mind, when I first saw it, I thought maybe he was just being reincarnated for real. Like maybe he's like a baby again, or maybe we're like going back to his life again before he was a baby. Maybe
Okay,
maybe it's
yeah,
like a futuristic
prequel,
thing. That's what I was thinking. 'Cause I'm like, is it literally the blood is exactly in the same spots he got shot.
Okay.
So it's like, whoa, what is going on?
That makes you on the mind of reincarnation, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it is not the same concept. It's reincarnation, but the soul of this killer is in the
Yeah.
mind of this body, our kid, who is bad. Their souls are battling for possession of the body,
Yeah.
and so the different personalities develop and they grow. He'll be sincere, childlike, then he'll be serious, cold, calculating, back to childlike again. He knows how to manipulate his parents and all that stuff.
Which I'm not gonna lie, Jackson Robert Scott, who plays Miles, man, he did a really good job playing that.
He
Like,
did.
He really scared me. Like I was like, whoa.
Just look at
He
the
freaked me out, man. I ain't gonna lie.
seriousness in his eyes when
Yeah,
he's
he
just
did a real
threatening
good
his
job.
mother or something. It's just wow, that was kind of frightening.
He did a real good job. I'm not gonna lie, he did really good.
And the use of lights, I really like the use of lights throughout this movie, or lack thereof, the shadows and just the lights going through the blinds and all that stuff, and causing silhouettes and shapes and all that stuff. It was really created a very tense atmosphere, along with the
Right.
music, the violins, or lack of music. It could be just still silence as the mother's looking out through a door. You see some blinds in a corner or something, letting a little bit of light in from the outside. But then you see a movement in the other corner and all that, and as he's walking down the hallway or something, it's just, or you see a silhouette standing, you don't know which one it is. That's when it comes into view, and all of a sudden it's a kid, it's a childlike. He's around, he's scared. He's actually, it varies back and forth.
Yeah.
But the atmosphere was really good. The music was, when it was used or when it wasn't used, was really well. But overall, the story was just very predictable,
Yeah, it was
and
predictable. Well,
it felt like an overused horror movie.
For me, it
Story.
wasn't really predictable. For me, it was more of like, dang, just questioning more of like, okay, dang, like, the mom has to pretty much choose, okay, like, if I kill my son, I can get in trouble. Of course, the father would think I'm crazy. Then, of course, she finds out that he's possessed, but it's like, dang, the only way for him to leave is if he go kill somebody, somebody's, some random person that
Killer
she
has
don't
unfinished
know.
business.
But then you find out she's a mother too, and you're just like, oh my god, it was just
There
so
is a
much.
very large heartstring pulling
I
moment
mean,
at near the end of this movie. A lot of questionable elements going on
Yeah.
near the end of this movie. But the ending was very good, but at the same time predictable. It felt very much like an Omen feel. So in that regard, I don't want to give too much more about that away,
Yeah, man.
even though it's already been out for a while. But anyway, anything else you want to say about this movie, man?
Nah, man, overall good. I personally, I like it. Was decent. I mean, it wasn't, like I said, I'm not really into scary movies like that because they're all kind of the same to me. But this one was pretty good. I like the creativity from it. I enjoyed myself. So
Good to hear. All right, so not too much more to say about this movie. I'd like to thank y'all for watching this video. If you're watching this on my channel, go check out Rubino Entertainment. Link down in the description below. He does a lot of the same stuff we do over here, except a little more. He does top 5, Rubino's Treasures, a lot of good stuff over there. And also check out Fearbot Gaming, our gaming channel where we work together a lot of times, or sometimes solo, to play games, do a lot of Let's Plays, and just explore the gaming community.
and also check out Kid Rubino. I do a bunch of stuff where I show off stuff I liked as a kid, watch old cartoons and review them again, or watch the new stuff and let you know how I feel about them. So check that out on in the description below. So
Awesome. All right, so I'd like to thank you all for watching. Hope to see you in the next movie review or trailer reaction. We do. Bye.
peace out.